Hey guys, Dashring here, and I haven't been recording a lot lately because I've been in Louisiana from Thursday all the way to yesterday. We just got back yesterday at like 5 o'clock, and I didn't record anywhere there because it was such a small space and I didn't have any privacy to record. And we had my grand's birthday, which I just stayed home because my mom brought her lunch. Don't worry, I made something for her. It was a drawing. Then we had my cousin Austin's birthday party. I don't think my mom got him anything. I don't know why. We went to a place called Pepper's and I played a bunch of arcade games, which were really fun. And then we stayed at and then we went to my cousin's house about twice. I played some Terraria there, and now I know that all of you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, Ben, you should have recorded that. Terraria is so awesome." The reason not is because whenever you record a game with like video footage, all the sounds and like the graphics from the game end up getting messed up through the camera. And we didn't have the HDMI splitter that we needed to record on there. So that's why. But just give me a sec. Something came up. Maybe we'll leave it alone. But now I'm back. I'm just gonna be doing a vlog today because today, still getting used to being back because we were there for a little bit. Normally we stay there for like a week and then I'm already straight back in. But that time, we had so much to do and I barely got any sleep. So today I slept in until like 11 o'clock. I know now it's like 3:40 or 3:45 whenever this video is going to be coming out. Or sometime like that. But just, I'm not going to be playing any games today. I'm not going to be recording a lot this week. Except for maybe at the end on Friday because my mom's off then, and I'm going to see if I can get Mason to come over. Just to play like with Sam. Just for him to come over so that he and I can like play together. Really don't know what to say. I mean, I did my Chuck E. Cheese thing, and I don't think I should continue on that because that didn't really seem like something fun to do. It's just my experience as a little kid going to Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. So I might just take down that video unless you guys really like it and you want to see what my next experience, like what it was. Yeah, another reason that I'm not really recording is because I'm sort of sick. I've been coughing and sneezing and my nose is stuffed really bad. It's not a cold, it's going away. The only time that I ever get these kinds of things is either if I've gone to Louisiana, which I do that a lot. For some reason, every time I go back to Louisiana, I end up getting the cold, the flu, the fever. Because my friend Mason and everyone that was in my 4th grade class knew that, but it was after spring break. Yeah, after spring break, we went to Louisiana, to have a little Easter. And no, this is not what it is. Mason knows, but my grandpa died 2 years ago around a couple of days, about a week or two ago before Easter, 2 weeks before 2014's Easter. He died 2 years ago. That really affected me a lot. But I had gone back to Louisiana for this year's Easter. And whenever I came back, the next day after it was actually Easter, like we came back because we hadn't opened up our Easter presents in Texas for my mom, our Easter baskets or anything like that. Whenever we came back, I started like eating a little bit of candy, but I was feeling very sick. So, and it was Easter Sunday, so I mean, we had left Easter Sunday and we got back at like 9 o'clock because we had to wake up very early if we wanted to get to our house early enough to have all our stuff done for Easter. So, while we were in Louisiana, we did Easter a day early. But whenever we got back, I got really sick, and I kind of, the next day in school, Monday, I my head was pounding, my stomach didn't feel good, my legs hurt. I was really sick the day before, but then I'll go to school and it just gets very worse. And I had my lunch packed that day, and I only had a sandwich, some grapes, some Oreos, and a water bottle. And all I did was eat the grapes because I thought that would help, because it was the only thing that had like actual like food and kind of like a juice. That was the only thing that had that kind of stuff, so I thought it might help if I only did that and some water. And it sort of did, but it sort of didn't. And I went to the nurse's office during lunch. Our PE teacher, Miss Gill, came over because I had my head laid down, and she got me a nurse's pass. And I went back during lunch, and the nurse said, she checked my temperature. At first I saw that it was like 95 something, and she told me, and she didn't see it, she thought it was like around 75 or something, and she was like, okay, go back to lunch. After lunch, come meet me. So I did, and whenever she checked it again, even though it was 95.27 before, at that time it went up to 100.2. So I went back to class, and this was the day before our STAR test. If you don't know what the STAR test is, it's basically like that end of the year test, that ginormous end of the year test that proves everything that you've known. Now, I passed, just to let you know. I haven't gotten held back once. I haven't gone to detention. I haven't gotten suspended, even though once I was very close to it, because it was back in Louisiana, and there was this one kid named Connor on our bus. He almost looks like he sort of kind of looks like Harry Potter, except he has shorter hair, and he's way skinnier and taller. But he said something inappropriate. I'm not going to say it because I don't like inappropriate kind of stuff on this channel. Unless like I get really angry and then I scream out like a bad word or something, then that'll happen, but it won't be on purpose. Now, as time goes on, I might end up doing that kind of stuff maybe, because that's what most YouTubers are like. They try to stay clean at the very beginning because they know that kids watch it, and then like they see one YouTube channel, they stay connected with it, and then they find out about a new one, and they go into that one and they leave the other behind, and then they start doing bad things. Like Beijing Canadian started off very clean, started off kind of bad, then he got very clean. Then it went back to, he says about 1 or 2 bad words every video. Not trying to be mean to any of the YouTubers that do that, because it's just a thing that happens. But yeah, swear to God, my camera sucks. But yeah, no offense to those kinds of YouTubers, because they are some of my favorite YouTubers that I figured out about whenever I was 7, whenever I first had my phone. Yeah, a lot of you are like, oh, a 7-year-old with a phone? That's not normal. It is. It really is now, because of all the new technology, and how it's the 21st century and stuff. Oh, that does that. Okay. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, that's what that does. Oh. I'm not gonna just give you guys a red screen or a black screen. Cool. Bring that back. Not sure. I have to pecan shell. A pistachio. But anyways, then it got stuck in my head. I couldn't stop saying it on the bus ride home. And then the next day, and I always sat in the back with my older sister, because she was like the one who always took care of me. Because my mom had a job at Michael's, and my dad was like a police officer at the time. Mind you, this was back in Louisiana. Just remember that. But also my cousin Marshall, was riding that bus. And, he also put something inappropriate on my mind. So then the next day, my sister and our apparently new cousin Cullen, that I never knew he was our cousin. He had a big crush on my sister. Now that just ruined it. But like, it got stuck in my head, and the next day, everyone, like my sister, Cullen, my other cousin, Aaliyah, they were talking about it, and then my sister, being the jerk that she is, would go tell on me. Now, I couldn't blame her, because it was something very inappropriate. I can't blame her anymore now. I sort of really blamed her, and then me, Connor, and Marshall all got in trouble. So, yeah, we got in trouble on the bus. I was the last person to get off the bus because, you know, I was in one of those moods where I got really sad and upset, and I didn't want to be talked to by anyone. And so we had this thing called planning. It's basically like specials here at our school, which is like whenever you have PE. Now at our school we did have library as a kind of specials. So yeah, we had that for about 15 minutes. We had PE for about 15 minutes. Maybe a little bit more sometimes. It was normally for about 15 to 20 minutes. We had 2 computer labs every week. Who was our art teacher? I can't remember. It was a lady, I know that. I can't remember, but we were in PE, and I was just looking at that speaker, ready for it to tell me to come down to the office. And it never happened. But my mom was talking to the bus driver whenever we got to my house, and we were normally the last stop, so I had time to come up with an excuse because I didn't want to get in too much trouble. But I didn't come up with an excuse because I knew I had to be honest. Sorry about that. My mom told me to write down what I said because I didn't want to say it because it was very inappropriate, so I wrote it down. She saw it. My dad came home, grounded me. And from there on out, I never did anything like that again. I tried to stay away from that kind of stuff, but then we moved to Texas. There was this kid named Harrison, and my best friend Mason that I've talked about in almost all my videos on this channel. Before I went there, he was like his best friend, and then I came along and I turned into one of his best friends because, you know, Harrison was like that one kid that seems really nice and has a lot of friends, but then once you get to know him, he's just not the correct kid to be a friend with. He's really, I'm not trying to be mean, he was a good friend. He moved last year during summer last year. He moved, but he was like one of those kids that wanted to act cool by acting all inappropriate like, and thought that would get him more attention. And it certainly did. It got him attention to trouble. He started saying bad words in secret. He started bringing stuff that he wasn't supposed to bring to school. Not like cigarettes or anything. But like, there's a policy that you can't bring any like toys to school that aren't passed on as like safe. And all the toys that he brought were passed on by safe, but he just couldn't bring them out of the classroom. He normally brought them to lunch a lot, and he started saying inappropriate things. And then there was just this one kid named James in my class who, now Mason knows about this. Last year, he was a very big pain. He still is, but at the very, very beginning, and I started school at Wood Creek in like October because I had started in Mulberry until then, and it was just about 9 days after my birthday that we had moved. So it was about 10 days until Halloween, because my birthday was October 11th. So it was about 10, 11 days until Halloween came around, and we just went trick or treating at like the Katy Mills Mall. So, you know, Funny Faces with Ben! Yay! But, so, anyways, we moved here. We were in some apartments. Ouch. So, whenever he moved, the next year, which was this year, he was gone, so, but during that time, whenever he was my friend, oh yeah, I was talking about James. Why do I keep getting off track? Anyways, back to James. Then we're gonna get back to everything that I was just saying, okay? So, James, at first, whenever I first met him, he didn't seem like that bad of a guy. He was sort of like me and Mason's friend. And then, later on, he started trying to be friends with Harrison, and he started trying to, like, do what he did, so that he'd become better friends with me and, Mason, because Mason was, like, his best friend, and I was Mason's best friend. Because Mason and this girl named Issa were the two people who showed me around, the school whenever I first started. And, what happened is, James got very inappropriate. He's very inappropriate now. He's very weird. He says stuff that he thinks that not a lot of people would find inappropriate. But he was in my class last year. He sat at our lunch table this year for the entire year because they didn't have enough tables for whenever, because there were like 3 new teachers, maybe 4. Yeah, about 4 new teachers. Yeah. But my god, my vlogs are becoming way longer than they should be. This is coming like a full-on video. I'm gonna cut it short, about 3 more minutes, so once it gets to like 20 minutes, yeah, about 20 minutes, I'm gonna stop. But, so, I started this year off, now that we're done with talking about James. Mason was in my class, and he and I had formed, like, a very nice friendship whenever, Harrison started becoming inappropriate. He and I tried to stay away from that, but since Mason was one of his biggest friends, I sort of just went along with it so that Mason wouldn't hate me. I thought that would happen, so I was kind of afraid. Now I know that wouldn't have happened if I had just stayed away, and I had told Mason about how this shouldn't be working, and how it shouldn't do stuff like this. Yeah, once, but yeah, then I didn't say it, so I just went along with it. And then one day, Mason's talking while Harrison's talking, and so Mason's trying to ask him a question, and Harrison just slaps him in the face. And Mason somehow hears a ringing sound. Now, if Harrison slapped him that hard, then he should have gotten expelled. But he made Mason literally burst into tears. Now, I'm not making fun of him. I'm not making fun of Mason. If that had happened to me and I had bursted into tears, I'm pretty sure that no one would have made fun of me. Now, I'm not saying that it hasn't happened to me where someone literally smacked me across the face just because I was trying to ask them a question while they were talking to someone else. Because normally I ask really important questions that are like, dude, come on, man. Grant, come on. Grant, I need to ask you something. And then he turns and says, what? And then I start asking the important question and he just looks away like, what? I start talking like, dude, I need to ask you something. How well do you think you did on this? And he just, goes, no, wrong, bad Play Store, bad camera, even worse. So he just says, what? And then looks away as I start talking. Why? So anyways, Mason was in my class this year, and over the days we found out that there was this kid named Amr in our class, and he came up with this game that he and his brother Mujtaba played. They were both very similar looking. Now, so it's this game called Dark Mansion, and basically it's an infection, except you're playing as vampires, and the vampires, it's like you're in a fake museum. So some places are restricted, like you can't go hiding under something where someone can't get to you. You can't go hide like in between two buildings. You can't go past a certain point. Like there was a cement lane that you walk out onto to get to like the playground. And so you can't go behind that part. Like you can't go behind. So of course that was fair. And there was this other kid named Caden and another one named Tommy. Tommy was at our school last year. He was in my Switch class, but Caden is not. And so I was pretty good friends with Tommy. He rode my bus, but then I had to keep swapping buses. I swapped buses about 3 times. But so Caden, we decided to start forming like a pact, sort of. I know it sounds weird to form a pact inside of a game, but like we were the 4 fastest kids out of the group. Caden and I were like tied. There were certain points where I had to push myself past my limits, or just run very or if I'm kind of ahead, just keep running fast to stay ahead of him. And sometimes I can catch him, sometimes I can't. I know it sounds stupid whenever I say, oh, I have to push myself past my limits and further. I get it. It sounds stupid. I don't like saying it like that. But sometimes it just comes out of my mouth, and then my friends are like, what, dude? You're not impressing anyone with that. And I know. I don't know why I say it. It's something stupid. But anyways, I'm going to end this video after I talk about this one last thing. So it was us 4. We always stayed in a group. We ended up winning every single time. Yeah, Mason and I are best friends. Whenever I turn 15, I'm moving because I overheard my parents one night talking about in 5 years whenever my sister's moved out and she's 18 because right now she's 13. We're going to be moving. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be still going to Wood Creek. There is a slight chance that there's a new middle school being built in this area around my friend Mason's area. It's not that new one called Stockdick Junior High. Please don't turn that into something stupid because I know all of you out there are going to be like, oh, he just said something inappropriate. Stockdick. No. Okay? It's some guy's last name. Don't take that out of context and stuff like that. I know I'm trying to keep this clean. And if you thought I did that just to be funny, no, I didn't. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. Please don't just start disliking because you think I was lying. But so it's a new high school near the Katy WCE Junior High. It's actually like a 5-minute walk to get from that junior high to the other, and it's around it's around the Silver Ranch area, which is where my friend Mason lives. I live about 10 minutes away from Silver Ranch in Mills Point. But so yeah, I'm probably gonna be going to the same middle school as him. So really, I'm just gonna end it here. Bye guys, Dashwing is running now. Bye.